Hello, my love. Welcome to Shamanic Heart Space. My name is Nancy. You are very warmly welcomed here to this little space, this little portal I'm opening up to channel the energies for the new moon in Libra, which comes with a solar eclipse energy. This will be happening on the 2nd of October 2024. So please take what resonates, leave what does not. If you are new here, I tend to yawn when I am channeling, so sorry if that makes you yawn too, but this is a good thing. It means that we are connecting. I'm not an astrologer. I wish I was. I wish I were, but I'm a channel instead. So I pick up on the energies. I suppose it's a bit like time traveling. Go forward in time to see what's going to be happening, how it's going to feel, and bring those messages back to you to see what resonates and to hopefully give you a heads up in case you're riding these waves of ascension and awakening and everything is chaotic at the moment. Maybe you don't know what's happening, and I'm here to give you a little bit of reassurance and a little bit of guidance, hopefully, to deal with all of that stuff and remind you that you're not alone. This is a collective shift in energy, which means shaking off anything that no longer serves, which comes with a bit of an ego battle more often than not. So here we go, let's jump in. I always say see what messages come through for you as we jump into this, because when you plug into my energy, it can help to boost yours because we're all connected. I'm by the sea in Lima at the moment, which is wonderful. Lima, Peru. I'm heading back to the jungle. So I'm feeling good, feeling very connected with the water. So let's see what I can pick up right now. If you want to tune in as well, take some deep breaths, calm your nervous system. Okay, so the solar eclipse is following directly on from that big lunar eclipse that we had in September with Pisces. I am channeling this in September, but I'm moving through timelines now. So yeah, maybe that was a big eclipse opening for you. Go back and listen to it if you didn't listen to my episode, if you didn't already. I'll give you some details about what eclipses mean in there. So a solar eclipse is always with a new moon and is therefore always a new beginning. So before we get into the energy, it's a good idea to consider what are your intentions for this new moon. Sow a seed, make a wish, write some stuff down, do a ritual. So, what is necessary for you to be in your new frequency? So, what do you want to attract into your life now? We've been on this vibe for a little while. What do you want to attract? There is space for it. So what are you doing, or what do you need to do in order to make space to bring that good stuff into your life? This is a very big broadcast, this message that I'm getting for this right now. So it's important to get into balance. It's important to be objective. I'm thinking in Spanish, so just bear with me. This is the way my brain is working right now is indicating that it's going to be a bit of a confusing time for a lot of people. So getting into that balance. So there's a reflective, of course, the Libra scales. There's a reflective moment here, especially over this new moon, probably going forward, where you consider where you've overgiven and given your energy away. Probably in relationships, all kinds of relationships, working, romantic, family. So there's this sort of cansada, a tiredness with this, where you're just a bit like, all right, enough now. I can't keep giving to this person, this situation. I've really overgiven here and I've lost my balance. So now it's about less is more, because you need to, sorry, let me just adjust my microphone. Hopefully that didn't get in your ears too much. And so coming with that is leaving things behind. Inevitably, with these great big new beginnings, we have to leave some things behind. You can't fit through the doorway if you are carrying 10,000 bags. Yeah? So we're going to have to leave some things behind. We'll come back to that. So I feel an anxiety. Some people are going to feel some anxiousness around this. This is nothing to worry about at all. This is about kind of upgrading your frequency, upgrading your life, making new choices, even like a total life reset. This has been building for a while. I bet you can go back and listen to other episodes I've done, and we've been building up to this. And this is the moment, and it not just over this new moon, but over the next few months. I'm seeing February 25, 26 maybe. But yeah, so there's still some closing out of old cycles, conversations that may need to be had. That's obvious because we are in eclipse season. So really being conscious of what served you and what is no longer serving you. There is a lot to communicate here, a lot to be expressed. So finding a way to express that. You may need to write a letter, even if you don't give it to the person, you burn it or something. You may need to journal. You may need to do some kind of ritual. You may need to go out into the forest and scream. You may need to paint a picture, do a dance. All right, so expression, releasing these old energies. Feel my body vibrating. So there are kind of lower expressions of Libra coming through here, where you will identify for yourself where you've self-sacrificed, you have overgiven, and you're going to bring that back into balance. So this might come with a bit of intensity because you might be a bit irritated by that. You might be a bit like, dare I say, even victim-y about it, and kind of blaming the other person when it was you who gave your energy away. So it's going deep here, even like Scorpio levels of deep. So even going into those murky, deep waters and facing some of your fears, some of your behaviors, taking responsibility for your part in stuff. So going into your own underworld, but with a passion and a purpose to you. I feel really strong now saying this. So this is to uncover what is inside, the treasure and the gold that is deep within you, underneath all of the grime and the dirt, right there in the bottom, like the roots of the lotus flower. So uncovering what is inside of you and sitting with that, dealing with that. So it's important to follow your feelings, especially over this moon. And I say that because that really means not being in your head too much about it. There's a struggle here with power, control. It brings that intensity with it. So it could be uncomfortable. You just see the scales going from side to side. And if you sit with it, everything comes back into balance. Balancing parts of yourself. Oh no, this is my speciality. Like saying inappropriate things, the wrong moment to be laughing or saying something. I see things getting a little bit like squirmy, where you just come out with things even if it's not maybe the best, most opportune moment to say it. Laughing at funerals kind of thing. So this is going to take us deep into our dynamics of relationships and everything that has come before. And I see throwing out things that aren't yours, getting rid of patterns that you thought you needed to uphold in order to be held, to be seen, to be loved, to be accepted. And now you're saying, no more of that. I am being who I am, and I'm cool with that. And I'm seeing somebody just throwing things out of the house, out of the cupboards. Obviously, we're going to spring in one part of the world, in the southern hemisphere. So it's like this is symbolic of a spring clean. This is not just affecting the southern hemisphere. Sorry, I'm tripping over my tongue here. Everything wants to come out in Spanish. So yeah, there's a lot of patterns that we learn for so many reasons, and now you're just not going to do it anymore. Okay, I have to tell you this message. You are loved and supported. This is a cleansing, a purge of the past, a purge of things that don't serve you. So take your time to see what you've learned and how far you've come. Honor yourself, baby. Honor yourself. I am sure you have been through so much, and you've barely had a moment to hold yourself in that and say, yeah, I've done well and I deserve better. I deserve the best. I deserve to be completely free, independent, sovereign, and loved and accepted. So before you come to that stage, though, you may feel like you're going underground. And it's deep work reflecting on relationship history, the patterns, that deep, deep cleaning. And also seeing things that you've done that you are not proud of. Because we all act in ways we don't really mean sometimes. That's how we can forgive other people, because we all mess up sometimes, right? So forgive yourself for the things you've done, the things you've said, who you've been, that you are not proud of. And this could take some time. But the energy is there to support you in that. So go light a candle, sit down, allow yourself to cry, allow yourself to write, whatever it is that you need to do. Releasing anything that does not uphold who you are now, who you are becoming, as you realize your worth. And you're worth everything. You are worth everything. And not an ego way of looking at it. We are all equally worthy. Recognize your worth. So some childhood memories, trauma kind of thing could come up. Resentment towards caregivers even. So clear that up. Forgive them. People do the best they can with what they had at the time. Okay? Not to invalidate anyone's feelings here. We all have our fair share of things that happened when we were kids, okay? But I think I can see here the heart opening and the forgiveness. I'm here to remind you, the forgiveness is for you. It's not for them. And nobody comes out of Earth School, which is where we are, right? Down here in the 3D, unscathed. We are here to learn and to evolve. And sometimes that is really hard. That is really painful. That is really difficult. Absolutely, for sure. And whether you believe that we make soul contracts before we come here or not, we can still choose to learn from all of these things that are, what I'm seeing here is a card game and the cards are on the table. The cards that are dealt us, essentially, right? So now you get to clean all of that up and completely let go of the past. Let go of old patterns, resentments. You are not on that operating system anymore. So get with the program, update your operating system. Symbolically or literally, do what you need to do to release that and to release any resentments and problems and all of that stuff with things that happened in the past, because the past doesn't exist in the way that you think it does. It exists as a frequency. So if you disengage from that frequency, it cannot affect you anymore. It can only affect you if you allow it to. But if you are connected with the past frequency, you cannot really connect with the present frequency, which means that you end up missing out on so many opportunities in order to create the frequency for your future. That's what I glitched. What you want. Very, very strong message that wants to come through to you there. I feel like somebody else is using my mouth and vocal cords to pass this message on. So I wouldn't blame you if you have to go back and listen to this again, because maybe it's coming out really fast to me. It feels very fast. Okay. So some people are going to realize that they want something better, that you deserve better. But first, yeah, you're going to have to clean house. Like emptying the fridge of any old food before filling it up with healthy, new, nutritious food that you just bought. I don't know why, they just gave me that image of like taking loads of old, like food that's not good for you out of the fridge and filling it up with really, nutritious, healthy, beautiful fruits and vegetables. Strange how they communicate with me. All right. Ooh, okay, this is a little different energy. So there's a strong grandfather energy. What's that? It's Saturn. It feels like his energy, and I'm seeing him now. Helping to connect with those deep emotions and to feel a deep connection with yourself and others. He's going to help you with accepting all that has passed. So because Saturn is involved, this is a very private process. You may not have the words for it. You might just sort of like disappear for a while as you go into that deeper connection with yourself. And that is going to help you to realize the connections that you are really worthy of. So you might cut some people out or cut them off because they're holding you down, holding you back. And then you can ascend to those higher vibrational connections. And for some of us, some people came back around from the past, right? And that came back around because you're ready to uphold those higher vibrational frequencies and connections now that maybe you dipped out of while you were in a learning process over however many months or years or whatever. So if people have come back round, it's because that frequency is good for you. In most cases, let me just caveat that just in case. But obviously don't let anybody ever treat you down, treat you badly. So yeah, there's a lot about the frequency wanting to be higher, but the physical dense matter that we call the 3D is kind of holding us back, and the ego is part of that. As I always say, make friends with the ego. Resting is going to be important. Make sure that you drink a lot of water. Water has the memories. Water, it helps to clean. Water is dense light. So pray to the water as well before you are drinking her, and when you're showering and all of that stuff, because, wow, what a blessing water is. She's going to help you. The spirit of water is going to help you to release that density. Okay, really I should stop here and do the rest just for the subscribers, but I feel called to keep going, so we're going to keep going. Thank you, Patreons and subscribers, for making it possible. If you're interested in my bonus stuff, you can go and find out about that. Okay, so you maybe really feel, as I said earlier, like you're going to be in your head too much thinking. I mean, Libra is an air sign, so that's not surprising. Air signs can really be up in their heads so much. And analyzing every option, overthinking. But as always, go into your heart. The mind is very useful. However, the mind is connected with the ego most of the time. So your spirit and your body are connected, but your mind is kind of disconnected. So get into your body as much as you can. So you can use the mind to like identify patterns, to like reflect and all this kind of stuff. But they want me to tell you, you're not your mind. You're not your thoughts. So I want to say to you, stop thinking, stop planning, stop worrying, and just be. Just be. And I can already hear the echoes of people listening to this saying, what does that even mean? Go and find out for yourself, because it's different for all of us. It's really important to follow your instincts, follow your gut, to express what is in your beautiful heart, mi corazón. Okay, I'm getting a scene in a film now, so I'll just describe to you what I'm seeing. So, like, the person, so we have a protagonist in a film, they want to say something to someone. No, I don't know about what, about anything, a job, romance, it doesn't matter. But you see them overthinking it and rehearsing it in the mirror and all of that, like a montage, like they're going to say something to the girl or to the boy or whatever. But actually they spend so long practicing and rehearsing and overthinking it, they wait too long, and so they essentially miss the boat, and then they get caught off guard and it comes out how it's supposed to, or they end up like just missing the opportunity. So the point of this little vignette, I'll call it, is don't overdo your process. If you have something to say, if you have something to do it. There is no time but the present. Jam tomorrow and jam yesterday, but never jam today. The Red Queen. Getting all these literary references coming through to me as the English teacher and me coming out. So the Red Queen from Alice in Wonderland. And, well, I could tell you a whole story about this. It's interesting that this little phrase has come up now. This little quotation's coming to me. Jam tomorrow and jam yesterday, but never jam today. It's like you're never present. Hold on, my head is spinning. Wait 1 second. All right, so my head feels like it's spinning now, so that I can tell you that when this energy comes round, probably when you're listening to this, you could be overthinking yourself, kind of out of orbit, making yourself anxious, missing the boat, just everything becoming chaotic because your energy is too spread out in different directions because you're using your head too much. So come back home to your center, which is often through the breath or through nature. And let your realizations come to the surface. You can think about how far you've come. You can think about what you deserve. What do you feel you deserve? I feel a lot of people are going to be very emotional about this. Really not used to feeling self-love, receiving from other people. But now's your time, baby. Now's your time. You don't have to overgive to be loved, to be accepted. You don't. You are you, and you are unique, and you are important in what is happening here on the planet now. Everybody needs you, even people that you never met. Right? So also thinking about what is not acceptable for you anymore and what you need to do, and just do it. Do it for you. Do it for all of us. So this is a very deep, emotional uncovering and transformation. It's very Persephone in the underworld again. I think I said that last episodio because what's happening with my voice and my accent? Because of the season changing, all of that. If you don't know that story, go in, check it out. But yeah, Persephone in the underworld. That will be Venus moving into Scorpio. Okay, that makes sense now with the relationships, the depth, Venus in Scorpio. I have a Venus in Scorpio. It's not to be trifled with, but it makes sense. So this process, this journey into your own underworld is going to come with a change in you. That means you'll never go back to that previous version of you. You are forever changed in the best possible ways for you. Well done. Well done. No going back. So your power, your sovereignty, your insights, what is true for you, coming into balance that maybe you've never even imagined in this lifetime. So when you know what needs to be done, you do it. So this is working both ways, making this space, clearing out the old, and then making decisions to bring in better things to fill that space. Wow, I love this. I love this. I'll be back in the jungle by the time this moon comes around. But usually I experience all this stuff a little bit before. I think it's so that I can do the podcast. But I love this. I feel excited for this. Now, it may not be the easiest of times, right? But that's all in your perspective. Do you know? So if you think, right, the deeper this is, the harder it is, the better. Because that means I got deep roots. I can go higher. I can love with more capacity because I've experienced this, you know? It's very liberating if you allow it to be, if you allow it to be. So yeah, I feel the potential here for a lot of intensity if you're prone to intensity. I think maybe that's a part of my shadow that I try to deny. So maybe I'm going to embrace that part of me. I come with intensity because I'm not always 100% on this planet, in this dimension. I can have extreme highs and extreme lows now. But maybe it's time to embrace the intensity, because if I deny it, no one else is going to accept that about me, you know? So yeah, you won't have to do these things again that you go and you face now. If you deal with them now anyway. So yeah, it's a big upgrade in relationships, in connection, because you have this opportunity to know and love yourself much better, unconditionally. Oh, I love that. So inevitably, the law of one dictates that the external will change too. It has to. You change inside, the outside changes. That's it. That's how it works. So yeah, potential here for deep intimacy with yourself, with others, facing fears is potent. And most of these endings, if you can bring yourself back to the present moment and awareness to remember, most endings will arise now because you cannot be anything other than what you were born to be. So anything that's leaving your life is because it does not match your most authentic, purest, truest frequency. And I guess you're tired of sacrificing, of being small, people, places, situations that don't serve you. And you can just say, namaste away, baby, and wish them well and honor what you had, but I'm just not there anymore. I'm just not there anymore. I mean, yeah, in some cases, of course, I have to remind them when they're giving me these messages. This is easier said than done for sure for most humans, right? But the human part of me wants to say to you, just give yourself space and time to feel, to let go. Those waves coming and going. Remember, everything passes, everything changes, and you are going to be okay. You are going to be better okay, better than okay. There's so much freedom, so much light, so much authenticity and love and happiness and peace that is just on the other side of this. And this big clearing out, getting ready for a new cycle in all relationships, and maybe some other areas too. But yeah, working relationships, family, whatever. You know, what needs to be addressed? What are your options? You have options. Making things work, but from a new beginning, meaning that everyone can win. Not one gains while the other sacrifices. Everyone can win now. Wow, I feel quite spaced out after that. I feel like I just landed back in my body. I was like so excited by that energy. I kind of keep going out energetically. Just come back in, Nancy. I guess that's that Libra air energy. But it's happened on the last podcasts too, actually. So turning that into something useful. That's a message to stay grounded, and to me, stay grounded. Please tell me in the comments, and tell everybody else how you stay grounded. Share your ideas with others so that they can try some things. A lot of people are kind of awakening for the first time and they don't know how to be grounded, and I'm always repeating myself about it. So let people know in the comments what you're doing. Share your pictures, share your ideas, share love. Yeah. And we're moving into this new energy. It's fresh, it's more balanced. What happened in summer 2023? Oof, like, it could be hard to think of. I'm going to have to think what was going on in summer 2023 for me. But potentially a lesson from then is coming up now to complete. I'm going to have to wrap this up soon, guys. All right, so what's ending? Make new choices, reset, be aware that things are moving, facing some things so you don't have to carry them anymore. It's going to continue for a while. Okay, so this all potentially sounds like a lot, but it will kind of take care of itself, to be honest. You don't need to do much other than just be. Oh, I'm seeing Aries full moon now. I'm kind of deciding, shall I say it or not? I'm going to say it. So the next full moon, towards the end of October, I haven't got a date right now, but it's potentially going to have a lot for us to deal with. So this moon is more of a restful one. It might not sound like it after everything I've just said, but it is more restful because you can just go with the flow right now and everything's going to take care of itself and you just it out, okay? So the more that you can go with the flow and release over this Libra new moon, the easier that Aries full moon will be, especially emotionally speaking. And word to the wise, get used to balancing yourself every day, all day. Check in with yourself, set an alarm just to take a minute, just to come into the present moment. I should do that myself, actually. So get used to balancing yourself, like internally, your work life, you're giving, you're receiving, you're resting, you're taking action, you know, everything in balance. And remember to breathe. All right, I do have more to say, believe it or not. So I'm going to put that on the subscribers. Thank you very much to all my wonderful subscribers that make it possible for me to do free episodes for people. If you're interested in joining us for one of my moon realignment get-togethers on Patreon, I'm pretty sure you can do a free trial, and I'll be posting that from the jungle on the 2nd of October 2024. And we just do a little bit of shamanic realignment, energetically speaking, just to clear out stuff and welcome new stuff, and a bit of space holding. If you just want to be witnessed or just be with some other like-minded souls who are on this earth journey as well. So remember, you're not alone. I'm very fortunate to have this beautiful community. So thank you to all my followers and all my listeners, and for all of your shares and all your beautiful feedback that you give me. If you want to join me in the jungle for a dieta, please see the website. It's still not too late to come for October if you want to. So book a call with me if you're interested in that. And I'm also getting the dates ready for next year, so you can keep posted on that. I've just opened a WhatsApp channel. I've got the Telegram channel, and I blog and Instagram. But those text channels are the best way to get quick information from me, because I can just wash them on there. Anyway, thank you so much for your time. Thank you so much for being here at Earth School with me and for allowing me to walk beside you in this journey. I'm sending you a lot of love. I feel really positive about these changes that are taking place for you, for all of us. I know there's a lot going on in the world. I'm not ignoring that, but I'm choosing to believe and attract the best possible outcomes for all of us and our dear Mother Earth and Father Universe. So I hope you can join me in that pursuit. Take care over this new moon, and I hope that I see you and hear from you very, very soon. Sending you love from my heart to yours. Take care. Bye bye.